I started in music at a very, very early age. I was 5 years old when my grandmother gave me a guitar as a present, and that's when I started formally to study guitar. So by the time I was 10, my teacher quit on me and basically went to my mom and said, you know, his ear is stronger than my music. I quit. And so I just continue from then on to this day by myself. I mean, we could add just a little bit, you know, very subtle, but downfall sometimes at the end of the phrase in the flute. I started writing my own songs at the age of 10, you know, so by the time I was 12 I had already a band, and by the time I was 16 I signed my first record deal in Argentina. I come from Argentina. There was a particular type of music, a part of songwriting, which I always did, that was instrumental music, and instrumental music that I did with a particular instrument called ronroco, and I did a whole album that is actually called ronroco. One day I got a phone call from Michael Mann's office that wanted to use one of the pieces in the album for his movie The Insider, for Russell Crowe and Al Pacino. And kind of parallel to that, I got contacted by Alejandro González Iñárritu. He was doing Amores Perros, so I ended up, you know, doing that. He then introduced me to Walter Salles. I did the Motorcycle Diaries, and suddenly, you know, I was doing music for movies. The film work was really what led Neil to contact me to work on this video game, The Last of Us, which is my first video game. So this is...
and this one is using stuff from everything?
No, this is not, doesn't have percussion, but it has Nashville and it has me playing. So okay. It's a combination of both, the solo cello and then me playing and then the orchestra. It's pretty heartbreaking, I think.
Are you crying yet?
That's pretty awesome.
The most important thing that makes The Last of Us what it is that it's a very different project than other projects, with more emotional content, with more emotional connection between the players and the characters, more identification. I think probably that led them to think of somebody like me to do the music and not a more conventional composer. One of the great things about working with Neil in The Last of Us and with Jonathan too has been the freedom that I had. And I came out, I think, with some really, really interesting stuff because of that, you know, total, you know, license to try and do stuff, and I will try really some really out stuff and they would love that, you know. It's been for me a very, very gratifying experience.